Hi folks, it's been a week or so since me introduction to the Punto, so I just thought I'd do another quick update on it because seems a lot has happened in the week. It's now got a fresh MOT on it. Did struggle to get through with the emissions, not because of the running issue that I thought it might cause issues with, but there was a slight blow from the exhaust section, so a bit of exhaust paste later and it's good as new. A couple of advisories. The headlight on the driver's side, apparently the beam pattern was a little bit affected. I think just where it had been sat, I think, and the headlight had gone a bit sort of cloudy, but that seemed to have got through okay. Some corrosion to the front and rear suspension, which, you know, it's been stood for a year, that sort of thing's going to happen. And just a disclaimer that there's under trays fitted to the bottom of the body, which obviously we know about, but they have to put that on there because they don't know what lurks underneath. You know, it could be completely rotten underneath and they wouldn't even know. So yeah, a few of you asked about why they advise on under trays being fitted. It's because, yeah, they can't see underneath the trays, they can't remove them as part of an MOT, so they just have to assume that it's all okay. Given it a bit of a clean, there was quite a lot of horrible stuff underneath the headlight, so it's definitely a lot better. It was all along here as well, but managed to remove all that. There's a tiny little bit in the corner here, but I think that's sort of headlight out job, so yeah, I think I can live with that for now. Certainly come up a lot better, and yeah, starting to look good again. So what's the plan? Well, I haven't, although it's insured and it's MOT'd, haven't taxed it yet, it's still sawn. Just because I'm a little bit wary of this misfire it's got from cold, and I'll try and put a little video on just to show you what I mean in case I can't get it to do it now, because it is a bit intermittent. But yeah, certainly from cold it runs essentially on 3 cylinders for a bit. I don't know if it affects the performance because I've not had a chance to take it out, but yeah, certainly does feel a bit lumpy. Obviously it didn't affect the emissions. I need to get that sorted out. I've actually been in contact with a company called the ECU Doctor. Some of you may be aware of them. They're based in Plymouth. I've had dealings with them for the last sort of 10 years or so. Very good company. They do a sale or return, basically. So what happens is you send your ECU away. If they can't fix it, your original one that is, what they'll do is they'll donor the software and all the gubbins and security onto another unit. If it works, happy days, you pay for the new unit, which can vary somewhere between sort of £400 and £700 depending on what vehicle you've got. Or if it doesn't fix it, you send the unit back and you pay like a test fee of about £115. So hopefully it fixes it. I mean, they've quoted me in the region of about 500 quid for an ECU, but if that's what it needs to get it right, then I'd rather it be that than the actual multi-air unit itself, which is going to be a bit of a pig to fit, and they're quite expensive. That may in fact decide the fate of the Punto, because I think if the ECU fixes it, happy days, I'll keep it for a bit and then give it to me dad. Or if it's still got a problem, I may book it in with Fiat to see if they can confirm it is the multi-air unit. But yeah, if it is, I'll get some quotes, but it just may not be worth it. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the car. Oh, actually, before I go, like I said, I've cleaned it on the outside. I've given it a bit of a spruce up inside as well. There was a little bit of mould and horrible stuff on that door panel. I managed to get that off. I've put an aircon bomb in here as well, so it's starting to smell a little bit nicer in here as well. Steering wheel's come up nicer, and yeah, just giving it a good old clean. There's still a bit of issues on that headlining, but I'm not worried about it for now. The trouble is you've just got to be really careful with the headlining. If you soak it too much or you use the wrong product, it's going to just look even worse than what it is. So yeah, I think once it's or I should say if it gets up and running okay, then I'll get it to the professionals to get them to sort out the headlining. But yeah, that's it pretty much on the car. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the channel, really. It's doing all right. it seems to be that you guys enjoy the alpha videos more than anything else really. I've tried to tinker about with a few short videos on a Focus I did recently, which did all right. A short overview of the Car Fest show a few months ago. And in fairness, having watched this year's back where I didn't really do any talking, it was just sort of music in the background and songs, and then looking at last year's where I talked a little bit about the cars. Of course, got most of the information wrong, but it did seem that you actually preferred last year's video of me actually trying to be a bit more engaging, and I think that's probably what I lack really at the moment, as he says, doing a video behind the camera. But I've also been dabbling with some shorts. They've been quite good. They've actually brought a lot of people to the channel, and I think the last YouTube overview, I think it said I just had over 8,000 views in the last 28 days, I think, or something like that. I'll put it on screen because I can't remember, mostly because of the shorts I do, and they do get quite good viewing. So yeah, I'll continue to do those because it's really hard having that work-life balance. You know, I've got a full-time job, I've got 2 kids at home, you know, that just run riot, and I can only really do this as and when. So, you know, that's why I don't get a chance to upload and send out videos every single day. I mean, I'd love nothing more, but yeah, it's just getting the time, and also, like I've always said, I don't want to just send out videos for the sake of it. I want them to actually, you know, half decent videos. So yeah, hopefully you think that, and if you haven't already, then, you know, please give me a like and a subscribe as well. I think I'm up to about 400 and something subscribers, so not massive amount. I'd love to get to 500. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. So like I said, I'm going to send the ECU off on Monday. Should be with them Tuesday. They're basically turning around like a 24-hour service, I think, or 48-hour service. So that should hopefully be back Thursday or Friday. And then we've got the social. We've got Hubnut Social on Saturday, if he's got the date right again. So yeah, the plan is to bring the Punto along to the social and also the GT as well. But other than that, I'll let you go, and I'll speak to you soon on Content Cars.